Right, episode 8, and you join me on a very, very cold morning here at the Colne Valley Railway. Now, today, I've read your feedback on the last couple of videos. People don't want too much of the rambling at the start, so I'm going to try and keep this to a minimum. So I'm not going to tell you what my plan is for today. You might see it from the title or the thumbnail or whatever. But basically, I'm going to get on with jobs, and then as of when I'm doing them, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing rather than perhaps saying what I'm going to do now, and then I might not even end up getting round to it. So today's No, I'm not going to say actually. I was about to roll straight into it there with today's first task. Basically, you'd have seen from last episode, we primed the brackets for the running boards. Now the running boards are on the way, and in a couple of episodes' time, they should hopefully arrive. I'm getting them delivered straight here to the railway, so we can start fitting them on. But the first thing I'm going to I keep doing it. I'm going to paint these. All right, I'm going to paint these, and there's some stuff I need to look at on the roof as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. We'll get to some tasks as and when I do them. And yeah, please continue to leave your feedback in the comment section below, because it really is helpful to try and produce as good as video as possible, really. So yeah, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if this is your first time here. I will leave a card up the top if you're watching on PC to the playlist of the rest of the series so you can catch up. And yeah, let's get into today's video. Right, so from those time lapses, you'd have seen that I'd started painting the brackets. Well, obviously I didn't want to time lapse the whole thing, but all 8 on this side are now painted up. And for that, I used Hammerite. So from that angle, you can probably see they're looking a little bit shinier now, and that's because they've all had a coat of this Hammerite black paint. Now, this is in smooth black, and it says on here you can paint it directly to rust. However, obviously, prepping these before this paint, I actually used the Hydrate 80, so I don't think, obviously, I mean I could have just painted it straight on perhaps, but obviously the extra protection with the Hydrate 80 is definitely going to be beneficial, I think. So I've given these all a coat of paint. I'm going to leave them to dry. You might be wondering why I've painted this and done these rather than the rest of the bits that are falling apart. Basically because obviously the running boards that were on here before were very weak, and I mean it was only a matter of time before someone stands on one and it just snaps completely. But to put the running boards on here, I kind of want to put them on here and not have to keep taking them on, off, etc. So the best thing to do obviously was to get these ready, prime these, paint these, and then that means when the running boards come along next week, we can actually install them, and then they can stay there. You might see that some of them are a little bit bent out of position. I'm going to have to go and get a level and obviously find which ones are perfectly upright and straight, and then obviously match them accordingly as we go along. The boards I've got are getting they're about 13 foot long. Yeah, about 13 foot long, so they're going to be, they need trimming down obviously, but there'll be 2 on each one, and there'll be a bracket in the middle here where they join, and there'll also be some metal right angle edging where the steps, like where you step up to the brake van, and that's just to protect the edge really, just to make sure when people stand on it over time it doesn't sort of break away or anything. So that's just a bit of long-term protection there. But yeah, that's job 1 of today done. Let's get on with job number 2. Right, so from a couple of those time lapses, you would have seen me zipping up and down the ladder there. Basically, what I was doing is that side there hadn't been fully battened yet, so we just had a quite bad, not a storm as such, but quite high winds, and they've basically taken a piece of the roofing felt up. So using this stuff, which I've actually found out is even as sticky, if not stickier, than the actual roofing felt adhesive, to stick that piece back down. So I just need to, well, I've stuck it down now. I've also somewhere got a large tub of, it's like a sealant mixed with a light grey paint. So basically a few people were asking me about what I was going to do about, obviously, whether I was going to paint over the tacks or anything. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm basically going to give the whole roof a coat of this light grey paint, which should help match the colour of the livery, if you like, as well. But that will also seal in all of those tacks. So that's going to be the plan for that. I might get on to that today. But first, as you'll see in the corner of the shot here, I need to get, well, at least want to try and get one of these off, because I'm aware that what's under here is probably not going to be very nice. So I want to do my best to try and get this off and try and maybe sort out, well, at least work out how this one is going to bolt. I'm going to use bolts or something to go through here to the roof vents on top, which I have now got and painted up. So yeah, they will sit on the other side of that, but obviously to do that first I need to get that off. So we're going to do this in real time. So let me move the camera and let's have a go at trying to get one of these off. Right, so some people said they want to see some stuff in actual real time, so I think this is probably the best one. So if I give that, you see all the rust and rubbish coming out the underside of it there. But these things here, these pins, these, in an ideal situation, these should actually be loose enough that I could actually pull them out, or perhaps even unscrew them, but I can't, they're so rusted I can't actually even see the head of either the nail or the screw or whatever they've used. So I'm just using the back of a hammer at the moment to just try and tease away. Now I have no idea what's underneath here, so this will be the first time we both see it together. So as you can see, well, that was the one that was stuck coming out, and you can see why. There's 3 small screws on there and 1 giant nail. But yeah, you might be able to see that is absolutely full of rubbish, so that's going to need cleaning out. But the actual wood underneath it isn't bad at all. So a little bit of sanding and yeah, that should be good. So these are going to need cleaning up before they obviously go back in, and maybe a little bit straightening out as well. You can see where that nail one's come out, it's a little bit bent, but sure we can get that fixed. So I'm going to go and get the other one down now. Right, so it's about a day and a half since I put these into soak. You have to accept my apologies, I've actually left my microphone at home, so hopefully the audio in the next few clips isn't too bad. So let's give that a shake up. Well, the liquid certainly changed a completely different colour. Oh wow, okay, that's not done too badly at all actually. There's a huge amount of difference. I wonder how easily a lot of this stuff here will flake off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two out and lead them to, look at the colour of that. You know it's done something because there's no way that was the colour when we first put them in. We can actually see them when we first put them in. And there's the other one. Not doing too bad at all actually. So yeah, I'm going to put these out to dry in the sun for a little bit, and then hopefully when we come back it should be fairly easy to clean these up, and then we can get on with installing the roof vents. So that's that little job on hold until they're dry and sorted out. That I'm going to have to dispose of somewhere because I don't want that sitting in here forever. And yeah, let me show you what the next job is. Right, so in those last couple of time lapses, you wouldn't have seen me do this because I've just done this in a bit of the spur of the moment. I've basically coated that wall, the floor and some of the inside pan here with the Hydro 80 just to see how it comes out, just purely out of interest to be honest with you. The wood at the back there on the handrail, you'd have seen me sanding that back. That was just to make it a nice smooth finish so people don't get splinters or anything on it. I've also put one coat of the wood preserver on it, and once that's dry I'm going to give that another couple of coats. I left these out in the sun to dry, and they've come out much better than I thought they were going to do, to be honest with you. A bit of sanding and I think these would be good as new actually. Really pleased with how these have come out. There's still little bits of flaky rust on the inside, but we'll get around to that at some point. But yeah, these just need tidying up, and then they can be replaced in the ceiling once we've sanded the ceiling back. So yeah, that's what I've really got up to today. As I say, I forgot the microphone, which is a bit annoying, as I'm not sure what this audio is even like. But yeah, I think next, as I say, I'm going to give that a couple of coats, and yeah, let's just see where the afternoon takes me really.